Hello and welcome to another episode of Monday Night Kickoff. Today's a really special day and I bet you know why. It's Christmas. Anyway, first of all, Merry Christmas. Second of all, Boxing Day is coming up and that's a lot of good, soccer. All the teams will play four games in 14 days, which is a lot for English Prem. And so, yeah, welcome. Watch the whole thing. I'm your host, Oliver Leishman, and all that usual stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let's talk about the English Premier League. Anyway, so, as I said, Boxing Day is tomorrow, and there are a lot of good matchups. Man City is in first with 55 points. Man U's only 13 points behind with 42. And Chelsea, they sit third. Anyway, so Man City, they played Newcastle today. In Jack Newell's article that said a lot of the major predictions for Boxing Day, so Man City, I would probably predict like a 4-0 Man City win. Newcastle's in like 15th, and yeah, but Jack Newell, he actually predicted 3-2 Newcastle. I seriously doubt that will happen, but it's his prediction. Anyway, Man U plays Burnley. Now, in Jack's prediction article, he said 3-1 Man U. I think that's a pretty good prediction, but Burnley is doing really well. 1-0 Man U. Anyway, now we move on to Chelsea. They're in third. They play Brighton tomorrow. Now, in FIFA Mobile, I predicted they'd win for the matchups, and I think that'll definitely happen. Maybe 4-1. Yeah. Anyway, so now let's go to the other side of the table. In dead last, it's Swansea City. They're not having the best season. They sit last in the table with 13 points, and they're doing very, very, very badly. They played Liverpool, which is a very tough opponent. They're really locking it up on the top of the table. I predicted 2-0 win against Liverpool, which is actually saying something. Anyway, West Brom, they play Everton. Now, Everton have been in a little bit of a slump lately. They've recovered a little bit, but West Brom, they're 19th with 14 points, one ahead of Swansea, and I predict a 3-1 win for Everton. Anyway, Bournemouth, they are in 18th with 16 points, two ahead of West Brom. They play West Ham, and West Ham haven't been doing well at all, and neither have Bournemouth. So I expect maybe a 2-2 draw. That's because they're only 1 point. West Ham's only 1 point ahead of Bournemouth, and they're in 17th, which is pretty close to 18th, obviously. But so those are the Boxing Day predictions. To hear more about this Boxing Day, be sure to check out tomorrow's Stoppage Time talk show, the other podcast for Stoppage Time. If you haven't seen the first one, make sure you see that after. And now we will talk about something else. So I just thought of this. 2017 is coming to an end, and now I will talk about the best and worst moments of 2017. Oh, and by the way, about Boxing Day, back to that. Tell us in the comments section what the scores you think will be. Anyway, besides his best and worst moments in 2017, okay, so I'm gonna say the most controversial moment, the best moment, the best goal, and the best player. Best player, easily David Silva. He's been doing really, really well in Man City. He has 8 assists, which is even more like goals he has, and he's just really doing well in Man City. Best goal, I think probably, this isn't exactly the best looking goal, but it was very, 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 very dramatic. It was Lionel Messi's goal against Real Madrid in the final of the El Clasico. I mean, not the final, but just the El Clasico. Anyway, that was a really good goal. I think it was Jordi Alba who sent the ball to him. He just slotted it past Navas, and he did that famous celebration. He took off his shirt and held it up to the crowd, which is now a pretty famous celebration. Vasquez did that in the MLS Cup final. And yeah, so that was the best goal. Most controversial moment. This one is pretty easy. USA not qualifying. That goal against, Gabriel Torres' goal against Costa Rica was never a goal. Any ref could have saw that. That's why I think Costa Rica should try for at least a rematch because, they probably actually couldn't do that because of the World Cup draw. But I wish we had a time machine because that call could go down in USA history. I'm telling you right now, that call. That is just so stupid. It's obviously going to go down in Panamanian history. And as Tilly Twellman once said, I don't think they should name the stadium after Roman Torres. They should name it after the ref who gave that call. Because that call, as I said before, is so very stupid. And they should, do something about it. Anyway, maybe even sue FIFA. That's probably a little too far. Italy wants to do that, but anyway, now we will do something else. Now we turn to the El Clasico, as we were talking about. It wasn't the one I was talking about earlier, but it was the one that happened just 2 days ago. Anyway, Barcelona, they have been really easily, being in first and, killing everybody. But Real Madrid, they're in fourth. That is not good in their standards. Real Madrid, I was thinking that they could before the season they could even win the league again, because with Ronaldo, Benzema, even Navas, even maybe Dani Ceballos, they could be unstoppable. But I have no idea what they're thinking. They lost 3-0 to Barcelona in the El Clasico, and they're doing very badly. Now, Barcelona, here's something I'm going to read an article about. Were they better off without Neymar? Because, they obviously sold Neymar this summer. And, now before they were still very good. But now they're just, very good. Yeah, anyway. I should stop saying very. So, that was but anyway, that was really surprising. And, so Real Madrid should do better this season. They're behind Valencia and Atletico and Barcelona. So they need to do something quick. What's his name? Zidane. He, he needs to, even maybe get fired or something like that. Or train his players much better. And, so that's what I think, Real Madrid should do. But what Valencia should do, I think they're not doing really anything wrong. They're a mid-table team and they sit in third, so they're all good. But Atletico, they obviously didn't go on to the next round in Champions League. And Atletico is actually usually a team that could make it all the way to the final. So it was just really surprising seeing them not even going through to the playoffs. And that surprised me a lot. And yeah. Anyway, one game that was very fun to watch this weekend was Arsenal versus Liverpool. They were both very good teams, and I think that, they tied 3-3. That's a very realistic score for a Arsenal vs Liverpool game, but this was not a regular Arsenal vs Liverpool game. This game was very exciting. Maybe even the most exciting game of the season. I don't need that. Anyway, oh, and by the way, sorry, I didn't do Monday Night Kickoff last week. I was too busy. Anyway, back to Arsenal Liverpool. It was 3-3, and I can't show the highlights, but it was a very exciting game, and it's a little hard to like walk you through the game. So I'm just saying, it was very exciting. You should watch the highlights on your own on YouTube. And so, yeah, anyway, Mohamed Salah, he's been doing really well on Liverpool, and he added to his goal tally, I think. And yeah, now I will do something a little fun. I've never done this before, but since the new Star Wars movie just came out, The Last Jedi, I just saw it yesterday on Christmas Eve. It was a great movie. Not going to tell you any spoilers about it, but it was really good. Anyway, I just noticed when I was watching the movie that a lot of the Star Wars characters could be compared to some soccer players. So this is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to compare some Star Wars characters from The Last Jedi to soccer players. Anyway, this might include a spoiler. Maybe not, but anyway, if you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest to maybe mute it or do something like that. But anyway, so now I'm going to tell you everything that happened in the movie, and just kidding. Anyway, so first we start with Kylo Ren. He is on the dark side. I thought he would, I shouldn't say that actually, but he is a bad guy, and I think he should maybe get compared to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Now, Kylo Ren, he's not like full of himself in the way Zlatan Ibrahimovic is, but they're both really good at what they do, and they're both sort of bad people. Yeah. Now let's move on to Finn, or aka FN2187. He is sort of the sidekick of Rey, and he's really good at what he does. I'd say maybe Luis Suarez, because Luis Suarez is the sidekick to Messi on Barcelona, and FN2187 is the sidekick to Rey and Star Wars, so makes sense. Anyway, I think it's kind of obvious who Messi would be, or Ronaldo, maybe Rey, because they're both basically the main character. There's really no main character in soccer. But, like, yeah. So, now let's move on to General Hux. He's not much of a fighter, but I'd say, like, maybe Pep Guardiola, because he's the one that's telling everybody what to do on the dark side, and Pep Guardiola is telling everybody what to do on the dark side of the Premier League. Just kidding. Man City is bad. I mean, they're good, but I don't like them. I'm a Man U fan. But, anyway, so that's who General Hux is. Anyway, now let's move on to Snoke. This should be funny. I'm thinking maybe Gianni Infantino, because Snoke is like the supreme leader of the dark side, and Gianni Infantino is like the supreme leader of FIFA. Now we move on to Luke Skywalker. Now, he was in the end of The Force Awakens. I'm not going to tell you what happens in The Last Jedi, but anyway, he's like he's getting old, and so is Pele, so, and Luke is like a legend with the like the light side or whatever they call it nowadays. But anyway, so, and Pele's like a legend in soccer, so definitely Luke and Pele. So those are my comparisons from Star Wars to soccer. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to check out tomorrow's Monday Night Kickoff, but Stoppage Time Talk, and thanks. Remember to tell us in the comments section who you think will win on Boxing Day. Good night. Yeah.